Hello again, boys and girls. It's time for math. Okay, hopefully you have your little clock there and a dry erase marker. Okay, we're going to review what we've learned already about time. Okay, yesterday we started talking about the clock. What type of clock is this? Is it a digital clock? No. Is it an analog clock? Yes. This is an analog clock. Let's talk about the parts again. Okay, the front of it is called the face. Good. Okay, the two arrows are called the hands that we use for pointing. Right. Okay, and the two hands are different. One is longer and one is shorter. Okay, which hand did Miss Sweeney say that you should look at first when telling the time? Right, the shorthand. The shorthand is called the hour hand, okay? So we look at the shorthand first when we tell time. That is the hour hand. And then the long hand is called the minute hand. Very good. And some analog clocks have a very skinny long hand that is constantly moving, and that is called the second hand. Okay, we don't have to worry about seconds right now. So, what time is it right now? Set your clock to this time. Okay, good. So, we're going to look at the hour hand first. It is 1, and I said anytime the minute hand is pointing to the top of the clock, it is saying, oh, clock. It is the top of the hour, meaning it's the beginning of a new hour. Okay, when are we allowed to go to the next hour? Right, after the minute hand takes a whole trip all the way around the clock. Then the hour hand can go to the next hour. Okay, so it's like the minute hand does all the hard work, right? He's got to do all the moving just to give the hour hand the power to go to the next number. Now, if the minute hand travels halfway around the clock, the hour hand will then be between hours. It's halfway between 1 and 2 o'clock. Okay? It can't go to the next hour until when? Until the minute hand is back at the top of the clock. Okay? So now it is, let's look at our hour hand first. Now it is 2 o'clock. Okay, we said that the numbers on the face of the clock represent the hours and the minutes. Okay, in kindergarten, you only need to know time to the hour, but I like to teach you a little more than you need to know. Okay, so if the minute hand moves 3 numbers, each number is 15. So that would be 15 minutes. So like this. So right now it is 2 o'clock. Now it's 2:05, 2:10, 2:15, 2:20, 2:25, 2:30. So 30 minutes have passed. So now, on a real clock, these we have to work with. We got to move with our own hands. Now it's between hours. It is between 2 and 3 o'clock. Okay? And then, now it's 2:35. Can't move yet. 2:40, 2:45, 2:50, 2:55, and we don't say 2:60. Now, what time is it? The hour hand first. 3 o'clock. So, when the minute hand travels all the way around, that means 60 minutes have gone by, which also equals 1 whole hour. So, when the minute hand travels that 60 minutes, then the hour hand goes to the next hour. Okay, first you're going to show me some time, and then I'm going to read you a story with time, and you can follow along with your little clock. Okay, ready? I want you to show me. So you're going to show me with the hands and then write it on the bottom. You don't have to write your numbers to look like digital numbers. You can just write them regular. Okay, so let's make your clock show 5 o'clock. So 5 is the hour. Find your shorthand, your hour hand. Point it to the 5. And if it's saying o'clock, our minute hand, our long hand is pointing to the top of the clock. And then, so right now, you have that. Now at the bottom, take your dry erase marker, and we're going to put 5 That's the hour. 0000. So now our analog time matches our digital time. 5:00. Okay. Erase that one. Let's do another one. I'd have to press a little hard. But don't worry, Miss Sweeney will clean them all off when I get them back. Okay. Ready? Now I want you to show me 7:00. So your hour hand is going to point to, right, 7. And your minute hand is saying o'clock, so it's pointing to the top of the clock. So your clock should look like this. 7:00. Now write 7:00 down below. 7 is the hour. It goes first. Then 00 means o'clock. Okay, good job. Okay, erase that one. Okay, ready? Show me 9:00. 9 being the hour, o'clock pointing to the top of the clock with the minute hand. Does your clock look like this? The hour is 9. Our minutes are o'clock at the top of the clock. 9:00. Now write it at the bottom. 9 is your hour, so you write 9 first. And then 00. 9:00. Okay. Erase that one. Okay, ready? Show me 6:00. 6 is the hour. And o'clock, your minute hand is pointing to the top of the clock. Okay, does it look like this? 6, shorthand is your hour hand. 6:00. Now write it for me at the bottom. The hour goes first. 6:00. Does it look like this? Okay, erase your clock. Okay, remember yesterday I said that these numbers represent our hours and our minutes. But there are 24 hours in a day. The numbers only go up to 12. Do you remember why? Right, because each hour happens twice in one day, but at different times. AM is morning. PM is anything after 12 o'clock noon, lunchtime. So we have AM as our morning and PM as anything after 12 o'clock noon in the afternoon into the night. But then when we hit 12 o'clock midnight again, then it starts with AM again. So our day is often broken up into morning, the middle of the day is usually afternoon, and then we talk about night or evening, okay? So, in the story I'm going to read, you'll see that happens. Okay, but let's do a couple more first. Okay, show me 12:00. So the hour is 12, and the minutes are o'clock. Does your clock look like this? Yes, they share the number there. The hour is 12, and the minutes are pointing to the top of the clock. 12:00. Okay, so 12 o'clock could be midnight, but that would be AM. That after 12, that's when AM starts. Then, when we get to the next 12 o'clock, it will be PM. That would be like lunchtime. Okay, show me 3. We didn't do 3 yet, right? Show me 3:00. The hour is 3. Your shorthand is your hour hand. Does your clock look like this? 3:00. Okay, now show me 9:00. 9 o'clock. Did we do that one yet? Did we? I think we did. Show me 10 o'clock. I know we didn't do that. 10 o'clock. Show me 10 o'clock. Does it look like this? 10 is your hour. O'clock. Okay, write 10 o'clock. 10 is your hour, so you write that first. 0, 0 represents o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay, now I'm going to read the story, and as I read the story, you can show the time on your clock. Because I don't think I can fit it. Hold on. Maybe. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, you can't see it. Okay. You guys show the time on your clock while I read. And while I read, I'm going to be putting things in the pocket chart because you're going to need to remember the order that things happened, okay? This story is called The Grouchy Ladybug. What does it mean to be grouchy? Right, not happy. You feel a little cranky. You might be having a bad day. Okay, so this is called The Grouchy Ladybug. Okay, get your clocks ready. And while I'm reading, I want you to take notice of the details in the pictures and in the text. Remember, text is words. Okay. It was night, and some fireflies danced around the moon. So it's p.m. We don't know the hour. Okay. At 5 o'clock, set your clock to 5 o'clock. In the morning, so it's a.m., the sun came up, and a friendly ladybug flew in from the left. It saw a leaf with many aphids on it. Aphids are little teeny tiny bugs that eat the leaves of a plant. Plants don't like that. And it decided to have them for breakfast. But just then, a grouchy ladybug, so here we have 5 o'clock, the sun came up, and there was a nice friendly ladybug eating some aphids off a leaf. And then a grouchy ladybug flew in from the right. It too saw the aphids and wanted them for breakfast. A lot of little bugs. That's certainly enough for 2 little ladybugs, right? Okay. Good morning, said the friendly ladybug. Go away, shouted the grouchy ladybug. I want these aphids. We can share them, suggested the friendly ladybug. No, they're mine, all mine, screamed the grouchy ladybug. Or do you want to fight for them? If you insist, answered the friendly ladybug sweetly. It looked the other ladybug straight in the eye. The grouchy ladybug stepped back. It was a little less sure of itself. Oh, you're not big enough for me to fight anyway, said the grouchy ladybug. Then why don't you pick on someone bigger? I'll do that, screamed the grouchy ladybug. I'll show you. And it pulled itself up and flew away. So that was at 5 a.m., 5 in the morning. Okay, at 6 o'clock, okay, you don't have to write it now, but you can, but use the hands. At 6 o'clock, it met a yellow jacket bee. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, you want to fight? If you insist, said the yellow jacket, showing its stripes. Oh, you're not big enough for me to fight anyway, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. See the ladybug? See the fly? See the tiny words too? Okay, so you went from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And what time is next? Bring your minute hand all the way around so that the hour hand can go to the next hour. The next hour is 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug saw a stag beetle. Hey you want to fight? Said the grouchy ladybug. If you insist, said the beetle, opening his claws. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off again. Notice the text, notice the picture. Okay, get that minute hand ready to travel around because we got to go to the next hour, and the hour hand can't go to the next hour until the minute hand has taken a complete trip. So we're at 7 o'clock. Okay, get ready. At 8 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug came across a praying mantis. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the praying mantis, reaching out with its long front legs. Oh, you're not big enough for me, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. What do you notice about the characters he meets and the text as I turn the page? Keep looking. Okay, so now we're at 8 o'clock. Get your minute hand traveling around because we're going to the next hour, and we can't do that until the minute hand has made a complete trip. Ready? At 9 o'clock, it almost flew into a sparrow. A sparrow is a bird. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the sparrow, opening its sharp beak. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. So with each hour, he runs into someone else, and each time he runs into someone else, do you notice what's happening with the pictures? Let's keep looking. Okay. Get your hour hand traveling around because we're going to the next hour. Next hour is, after 9 comes 10. Good. At 10 o'clock, it saw a lobster. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the grouchy ladybug, opening his claws. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. Boy, the grouchy ladybug keeps looking smaller and smaller. Is he? Is he shrinking? No, you're right. Each time he runs into a different character, the character's getting bigger. And if you notice on each page, as the character gets bigger, the text gets bigger, which makes Miss Sweeney's eyes happier. Okay, we're at 10 o'clock. Get your minute hand ready, traveling around, because we got to go to the next hour. We can't do that without the power of the minute hand traveling all the way around. At 11 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug bumped into a skunk. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the skunk, starting to lift its tail. Do you know what happens when a skunk starts to lift its tail? I do. So do my dogs. That means they're going to spray their stinky stuff. Oh, he started to lift his tail. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off again. Okay, 11 o'clock. Start traveling with your minute hand around, back to the top of the clock, and then it becomes 12 o'clock. Okay, now let's talk about 12 o'clock. So we started at 5 a.m. in the morning. So this is, all of these are a.m. hours. And once we hit midday or noon, 12 o'clock, it becomes p.m., afternoon. Okay. At 12 noon, it spotted a boa constrictor. That's a snake. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the snake. Right after lunch. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. See the ladybug? The snake's getting ready to eat a squirrel. Okay, minute hand, ready? Traveling around, 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 around. And we're at the next hour is 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, it happened upon a hyena. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Do you want to fight? If you insist, said the hyena, laughing and showing his sharp teeth. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. Boy, he's a tough guy, huh? Nobody's big enough. Or maybe they're too big. Okay, start moving that minute hand around, 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 around. Okay, remember, now 12 p.m. afternoon, 1 p.m. afternoon. We're in the p.m.s now. At 2 o'clock, he ran into a gorilla. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the gorilla, beating his chest. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. See that tiny guy? He's not big enough. Oh, that gorilla's pretty big. Okay, minute hand, start moving around, 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 around. Okay, next hour at 3 o'clock p.m. The grouchy ladybug ran into a rhinoceros. Oh my goodness. Hey, you want to fight? If you insist, said the rhinoceros, lowering his horn. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. Minute hands moving around, 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 around. Can't go to the next hour until the minute hand is back to the top. Ready? At 4 o'clock p.m., he encountered an elephant. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? If you insist, said the elephant, raising its trunk and showing its sharp tusks. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. See him? Bigger the animal, the bigger the text. You see that? And the smaller he looks. Alrighty. Minute hand traveling all the way around, 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 back to the top of the clock to the next hour at 5 o'clock p.m. Remember, we started at 5 o'clock a.m. That was when the sun was coming up. Now it's 5 o'clock p.m. It's evening. At 5 o'clock, it met a whale. Hey, and they're pretty big. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug, do you want to fight? But the whale didn't answer at all. Well, you're not big enough anyway, said the grouchy ladybug, and he flew off. So there he is, just that tiny little speck by the front of the whale. At 5:15, where's my clock? So this is 5:15. That happened at, I'm going to show you the use of the minute hand. Okay, you were at 5 o'clock is when he met the whale. At 5:15, so the hour is still 5, but the minute hand's going to move 15 minutes, which is like this. 5, 10, 15. So now it's 5:15. Let's see what he did at 5:15. At 5:15, the grouchy ladybug said to one of the whale's flippers, he thinks the flipper, because a whale's so big, he thinks one of its flippers is another creature. Hey, you want to fight? But it got no answer, so he flew off. This tiny little speck right there. right above the flipper. At 5:30, the ladybug said to the whale's fin, "Hey, you want to fight?" Okay, so it was 5:15. I'm going to keep counting. 15, 20, 25, 30. So anytime the minute hand is pointing to the bottom of the clock, the minutes will always be 30. So the top of the clock is o'clock. The minutes are 30. So right now it's 5:30. So let's see what he did at 5:30. He said to the fin, "Hey, do you want to fight?" But it got no answer, so it flew on. Tiny little speck by the fin. The whale is so big. At 5:45, I'll show you what 5:45 looks like. That is 5:30, 5:35, 5:40, 5:45. This is called 5:45. You don't have to know that for kindergarten, but I'm going with the story. Okay, so it's 5:45. Let's see where he is now on the whale. He started at his head, hit a fin, flipper. Where could he be now? At the whale tail, right? At 5:45, the grouchy ladybug said to the whale's tail, "Hey, you want to fight?" And the whale's tail gave the grouchy ladybug, I'll zoom in. Can you see it? Right there. There he is. And the whale's tail gave the grouchy ladybug such a slap, he's going flying, that he flew across the sea and across the land. You see it? Okay. And at 6:00, so now the minute hand's going to be back at the top of the clock. At 6:00, the grouchy ladybug arrived right back where it had started and met the friendly ladybug again. "Ah, here you are again," said the friendly ladybug. "You must be very hungry. There are still some aphids left. You can have them for dinner." "Oh, thank you," said the wet and tired and very hungry ladybug. "You're welcome." He doesn't seem to be grouchy anymore. I think he's just so happy now to have something to eat. And he realized that being grouchy really didn't get him anywhere, did it? Didn't get him any food. It just made him tired. And soon all the aphids were gone. "Thank you," said the leaf, because the leaf doesn't want all those little aphids eating them. "You're welcome," answered both ladybugs, and they went to sleep. The fireflies, who had been sleeping all day, came out to dance around the moon. So that story started at 5 a.m. and ended at 6 p.m. Okay, so let's review, because one of the things that you're going to do for me is remember the story, and you can use your little clock to retell it and show the times. Then tomorrow you're going to do another one like this, where you're going to put the hands on the clock and write the time. This one you're going to cut the characters on the bottom and then paste them in the right spot. And you can use your clock to retell the story to somebody. So at 5:00, what happened? The sun came up and the grouchy lady, so I drew a little sun and a leaf. And the grouchy lady, the sun came up at 5 a.m. and the grouchy ladybug met another ladybug. Then at 6:00, find 6 o'clock, he met a yellow jacket. So you'll find the yellow jacket and glue it here. Remember, cut the bottom part off. It's easier. And then at 7:00, he met a stag beetle. Remember, each time the character gets larger. So we're still a.m. At 8 a.m., he met a praying mantis. Okay. At 9 a.m., he met a sparrow. Find a sparrow and glue it at 9 a.m. At 10 a.m., he met a lobster. At 11 a.m., he met a skunk. At 12 o'clock, now it's p.m. because it's afternoon, he met a boa constrictor. Then at 1 o'clock p.m., he met a hyena. At 2 o'clock p.m., he met a gorilla. At 3 o'clock p.m., he met the rhinoceros. At 4 o'clock p.m., he met the elephant. And then at 5 o'clock, he met the whale. And then, remember, he traveled all around that whale. And then the whale whacked his tail and landed him right back where he was, back with the ladybug. Now it's 6 p.m. All right, so we started at 5 a.m. and we went to 6 p.m. So you're going to do this. If I were you, I would do this first while it's still in your head. Okay, and then I have a fun, this is just for fun, Grouchy Ladybug word search. So you do that last, if you do it. Now you're going to do this. And one page from your book about morning, afternoon, and evening. And then I have 2 for this one. See how I highlighted the hour hand? Remember, you look at your hour hand first, and I suggest you can circle it with the hour, but if you take your highlighter, it will stand out for you. That's what a highlighter does. You'll see it right away. Highlight the hour, and then write it 9. So this was 9 o'clock, 9:00, and then write it next to the words too, because you can also write time with words, 9 o'clock. Okay, so highlight the hour. This one is 7 o'clock, so 7 and 7. Okay, and then you're going to match analog clocks to digital clocks. Yeah, no seesaw activity for math today. All right, boys and girls? Okay, I hope you're having a great time learning about time. Okay, I'll see you in a little while for religion.